This video was filmed before I've seen Spider-Man Brand New Day. There are no spoilers in this video. I'm just having some fun talking about some stuff that's probably not even related to the movie, but the trailers made me think of.
We are faced with a danger that we can't control. One we can't even see.
The trailers talk about some kind of threat that only Spider-Man can detect, and we see this kind of intelligence going around and possessing people. This got me thinking like, oh, like what kind of Spider-Man threat could this be? And none of the typical Spider-Man villains come to mind, but I was reminded of a particular Spider-Man comic from an era of Spider-Man that was controversial at the time, but I thoroughly enjoyed, which was when Dr. Octopus actually transferred his mind into Spider-Man's body and became Spider-Man for some period of time, deciding to be a superhero, become the superior Spider-Man to prove that he could, but he was much more brutal as Spider-Man, and this led to the Avengers not trusting him as much. In Superior Spider-Man Team-Up #1, Spider-Man is going throughout New York City and beating up superheroes. Obviously, the Avengers are not chill with this, but when they eventually catch up with him, he reveals that he has been tracking a supervillain virus that has been going through and inhabiting different superheroes, and he's been trying to track this Carrion virus down. Now, I mistakenly misremembered the reason he was able to track down this virus was because of his spider sense, which makes sense to me. His threat detection, sixth sense, one of his superpowers. When a superhero gets possessed, yeah, makes sense that he would be able to sense it.
That's funny. That may never set off my spider sense before.
But actually in the comic it's because he just developed some kind of like virus tracking device thing, which I think is a little less cool. I think it would have been cooler for it to be the spider sense, but regardless, Spider-Man is tracking it down. Eventually the Avengers come to confront him, and among the Avengers is, I believe this is Sentry. If I'm wrong, editor Josh will correct me, but he's essentially the Marvel version of Superman. He's got all of those powers. The Carrion virus is like, aha! Finally, I have the ultimate super being for me to possess, so Spider-Man has to team up with the Avengers to take down this threat. It's a cool little issue. It gives a very quick insight into this period of Spider-Man comic history. Again, Dr. Octavius was Spider-Man. Obviously, that's not what's happening in the Spider-Man Brand New Day movie, unless they're really pulling some crazy thing out there, but I don't think that's the route that they're going. But we are in an interesting spot where none of the superhero community will remember that Spider-Man is Peter Parker after the events of Spider-Man No Way Home.
It's a lot, kid.
Everyone's memory of him being wiped kind of puts Spider-Man in a similar spot to where he is early in the comics, where other superheroes like the Avengers just don't know who he is, don't understand his motives, they're not sure whether they can trust him or not, because a lot of public perception is heavily based on J. Jonah Jameson rantings against Spider-Man.
Spider-Man wasn't attacking the city, he was trying to save it. That's slander.
It is not. I resent that. Slander is spoken. In print, it's libel.
And I like how that status quo, now applying to him in the MCU, really sets him up as a loner. He only became an ally of the Avengers in the first place because Tony Stark figured out who he was. Now he has absolutely no connections to the Avengers, and not just because Tony is dead.
You won, Mr. Stark. You won it. You did it, sir. You did it.
And we see that he is interacting with Bruce Banner, the Hulk, in this movie.
What did you say your name was?
I do find it interesting that we do actually have another comic book where Spider-Man has to fight the Hulk, who is infested by a virus that makes him lose control, which, whatever is going on in the movie, it seems like it's going to infest Bruce Banner, unleashing the Hulk in a rampaging way like we have not seen in quite some time in the MCU movies.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
In Amazing Spider-Man number 381 and 382 from 1993, Peter Parker attends a demonstration of a gamma-based virus which is supposed to bring anger to the forefront as like a therapeutic kind of way to treat individuals that have repressed their anger.
Are on the verge of one of the greatest discoveries.
Just when it was starting to get interesting.
Instead, as can be predicted when playing with gamma radiation again for some reason, the virus immediately seeks out Doc Samson, a scientist attending the demonstration who has been enhanced by gamma radiation in the past when attempting to cure the Hulk.
Your hair green.
Yes, I have green hair.
The virus enrages Doc Samson, who decides that he wants to go kill the Hulk. Doc Samson can apparently smell Hulk's gamma-infused blood. I'm not sure if that's a power that he normally has, or if that's just something from the virus, and finds him immediately. Spider-Man follows behind, but realizes his strength is just outclassed in a fight between the Hulk and another gamma-infused individual, and one whose strength is now multiplied by this gamma virus. He steps in to try to stop Hulk from hurting Samson, but yeah, he really can't do much. He tries to separate them again and sees that Samson appears to have calmed down. Unfortunately, that's because the virus has now moved into the Hulk. Spidey uses 2 whole cartridges of his web fluid on the Hulk to buy him and Doc Samson a few seconds to strategize together. Spider-Man decides that he will lure Hulk to the abandoned buildings burned by the Human Torch at the Empire State University campus. That happened in some earlier issues, which also led to Spider-Man and the Hulk teaming up. I'm doing a whole video about those soon. Subscribe if you want to see that when it comes out. While Samson finds and consults with the gamma scientists who made the virus about a potential cure for the virus. Spidey enrages Hulk by punching him and then flipping him. Spidey gets him so mad that Hulk says that he will tear Spider to pieces, then eat said pieces. Spidey lures him where he wants to go, but Hulk is even stronger than usual because of the gamma virus, and it's not long before Spidey is in a bad spot. Fortunately, Doc Samson arrives, the two fight Hulk together, but it's not long before they're both defeated. In a last bid to save Doc Samson's life and stop the rampaging Hulk, Spider-Man appeals to Dr. Banner to burn out the fever to stop the rampage. This appeal works as Banner unleashes an unrestrained roar of aggression, burning out the virus. With Banner back in control of the Hulk, he and Doc Samson leave. So yeah, Spider-Man fighting viruses that make heroes do not hero things. I don't think that's fully the plot of this movie. I think it's what's going to happen to the Hulk. It seems like it might also be infecting these various villains that we see throughout the course of the trailers. I don't know, now I'm fully speculating. What is the point of this video? Just to talk about some cool comics that the trailers made me think of. Will the movies reference them at all? Absolutely no idea. This might, instead of being some kind of virus going through, it might be some kind of telepathic control. I don't know. The whole point of this video was I wanted to talk about some cool comics that I have enjoyed in the past, and I just like yapping about comic books. If you want to see me yap about some more nerdy things, including I'm working on making a video of every time Spider-Man and the Hulk fought or teamed up together in the comic books. There are a lot of those, so it's going to be a slightly lengthy video, but if that sounds like your jam, subscribe so you don't miss it, and leave a comment to let me know what kind of comics you are glad to see be referenced in the movies, or that you just think of because of the movies. I'm always happy to yap comics. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.